Are you guys excited? I'm excited. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Zoo. Technically, the first episode where we're going to start the zoo. Last episode, episode 1, we went through some of the, all of the mods and all of the mobs, the animals that we can do in our zoo. All of the mods are in the description below with links to them because I'm that nice. So you guys can get this set up for yourself. You do need Forge for it. If you don't know anything about Forge, don't worry. Neither did I when I first started modding with Minecraft. There's plenty of tutorials, great tutorials on YouTube already out there. That's how I learned. And if I can do it, you guys can do it. So, we do have some mob spawning. I already have done game rule, do mob spawning off. I have, or false. I have done that. But these, I think, spawned before I done it. So they might despawn over time. I don't think that there are any other ones sort of spawning about. He appeared. Like, there's some slugs. It seems to only be slugs and birds. Or slugs and dragonflies, you know, flying things. And what I've got is I've got a glowstone set up at my spawn point. And I've got a cobblestone facing the direction that we always spawn in when we die. So if I do, like, /kill... and respawn, as you can see, you spawn around the glowstone, either on it or around it, but you always face towards that cobblestone. If I go over here, face this way, kill myself again, we spawn back, and look, yeah, I'm facing towards the cobblestone, okay? So you always face that way. Now, the reason why I wanted to find that out is because when I spawn in, I want to be facing towards the entrance of the zoo. So we're going to leave this part here for like a spawning area, a bit of a car park. We don't want the entrance to be too close. So we want the entrance, let's just grab some stone blocks for now. The entrance to the zoo to be around here. Okay, the main gate, the way in, the ticket booths and everything like that. Once you get through all that, you want a little bit of room. And then what we're going to do is at the entrance, we're going to have a bit... They're so loud. I'm going to have to turn... I think I'm going to turn that down now. Hostile creatures and friendly creatures. I'm going to turn it down to 30%. It might be a little bit too low. Who knows? I don't know yet. I can still hear him. Like a little buzz. So when you come through the gates, on the right-hand side is going to be the gift shop. So the gift shop is going to be over here. We have to do this sort of pre-planned thing first. It's not going to take up too much time, though, this episode. So a little bit of a gift shop there. And I might probably make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to leave a little bit of gap. And we're going to have the initial toilets around here as well. You always want toilets close to the entrance because otherwise people get annoyed. So we'll have a toilets around there as a building. In the middle, I mostly want this part to be pretty open, pretty flat. I want to have maybe a fountain. You know how the start of our theme park was with the fountain in the middle at the entrance? I think we want to do a similar thing here. But maybe instead of a fountain, we do like a topiary, like a hedge of an animal, like a giant, or not giant, like a large elephant made out of leaf blocks or something like that. That could be pretty cool. But after that, so we've got sort of an area to be able to walk around, a little bit of sort of free space. After that is where the animals will then start. Now, at the zoo closest to me... Oh, by the way, do you like this circle map? I thought for this series we'd have a circle map instead of a square one. I thought it'd make a nice change. The zoo closest to me, it has this layout with the gift shop and the toilets. That's where I've taken it from. And then on this side are more farm animals at the beginning. Goats, deer, things... llamas, things like that, more farm, and then you've got the more exotic ones further back. So I think we'll do the same thing. I think we'll have like a little bit of a sort of farm area. There's usually a big barn, it has some ducks, it has some baby chicks that you can cuddle and stroke, and obviously places to wash your hand. Today though, I want to go back this way. I want to go to our first exotic animal. Oh, I need to set time day. Time set. I need to turn off the whole day night thing. I thought I'd done that. Oops. Time set day. Game rule. Do daylight cycle false. That should stop it. That should stop it from doing that. So our first animal enclosure. And I want to do elephants. I've been talking a lot about elephants this episode for some reason. But elephants, I think, are a nice big animal. You can't miss them that easily. So it's going to draw people into the zoo and start them on their adventure of looking around all of the animals. So I want these to be African elephant. Well, I think it's African elephants. I want it to be on sand is what I want. So for the front wall, I want to have just normal fences. Just normal fences for you to lean on. You can lean over and stroke the animals, you know, and rub the trunks and stuff like that. You don't want it completely square. You want like some shape to it. So I'm going to have a little bit like that and do the same sort of this way a little bit. And obviously you want it to be a fairly big enclosure for elephants. You don't want them to be too cramped because that would be mean. And I'm not a mean person. So we're going to do it like that. Then I want to have a rock formation somewhere. But we want to make sure that the rock formation isn't in a way that the elephants can climb up and get out. We want to keep them in here. I don't know if any of these animals can jump like over a fence. I know no vanilla mob can. If you put a fence down, it'll keep any vanilla mob in. But I don't know if, like elephants, because they're bigger, they've been changed to be able to go up 2 blocks. Who knows? I don't. We're going to find out those kind of things. This is very experimental over the first few episodes because we just don't know. We just don't know. Brush. I think it's 2 slashes. It might be 1 slash. Plus cylinder, stone, 2. It was 1. Boop. Okay, so for the rock formation, brush, cylinder, stone, 2. Oh, sphere, I want. Sphere. There we go. So, we want a little rock formation. As you can see, we want them to be 2 blocks, at least, on the edge. Obviously, it's going to require us to do a little bit of touching up on it. But a little bit of a rock formation before the sand starts. Obviously, I think we're a little bit small with the enclosure. Well, I don't know how big these enclosures need to be yet. I don't know what's going to be too big or too small. This is very experimental, as I said at the start. At the moment, until we sort of know what sort of sizes things need to be, we have to sort of just experiment for the moment. So that's a nice amount of being able to touch the elephants on. I think the rest of it, I want to have a wall. We also want a place for the elephants to go at night, to go away. So maybe we should think about that. What block are we going to use for that? I think we probably want to make it out of wood. And I think I like the birch wood because it's got some sort of different colours in it. Different colour planks going across it. So we'll have something like that. And that. That. And that. I think the elephant could walk through there. I don't think that that's going to be that problem. Let's get an elephant. Elephant. This one. And there's an elephant costume in case we wanted to make our own elephant, be our own elephant. Okay, yeah. So it looks like an elephant is 2 blocks wide by 3 blocks tall, which means that is going to be the perfect entryway for an elephant to be able to go through. Okay, let's. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put these up here. No, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put these here. I'm going to put them in front of the door for the moment as well, just so he can't get out. I'm trying to sort of limit the places that he can get out of. And then I want the wall, oops, to go back to the rocks somewhere around here. Elephant's not getting out for the moment. We'll keep an eye on him. For the wall itself, I think we probably want to go with either a brick, a wood, or a stone. I think not stone because we're already by a rock. So it's either brick or wood. Maybe acacia. The logs sort of go the right way for it. Yeah, I like that. So we'll have that sort of going up here. And I think I want this to be 3 blocks tall, so it's a little bit higher than the rocks. And then I want to cap it at the top with something. A nice slab of some type. Maybe this sandstone one will be nice. Perfect. Okay, now we want to make the rocks. We're sort of going around the outside. Around the outside, around the outside. We want to make the rocks unable, or have the ability for the elephant not to climb it. Would that be the word? Is that how you'd say it? I don't know. And probably it's best to have it on this side as well, so people don't climb in, because people are stupid and they do that kind of thing. So we shall have that like that. Then anything on top, we can do what we like. We can have sort of more rocks up here. In fact, I might just do it like that. Let's change it to be a little bit smaller. Get some smaller ones in here. Like that. Just nice little rock formation. Makes him look feel a little bit more at home, doesn't he? Like that. And then down the side here, I think we want another one of our walls. So we're going to go from here. And then, oops. Join this up. 3 blocks tall again. We'll match the sort of walls up. Like that. With the slab above it. And I think the elephant is stuck in here now. We do have some mobs spawning though. We have quite a few mobs spawning. We've got a load of giant trees spawning over there. We have some elephants and we have some turkeys. I should be able to stop that eventually. Like I can do game rule do mob spawning false, which I've done many times, but it's still not doing it. And they're the elephants that I don't like. I like these elephants better. I don't know why they're still spawning. Maybe you guys can let me know. I need to do a little bit more research on it. It's not going to affect us for the first few episodes at least. But we will get it figured out at some point. So, we now want to change up the ground in here with sand. I don't want it to be grass in this area. I want it to be sand. So, set sand. And I went a little bit too much. Now, I don't know, at the moment, I don't know if that's too loud for you. That was a great volume for me. Like, it wasn't too loud in my headphones. But for you guys, for the recording, I don't know if that was too loud or if that was too quiet yet. I will have to see after this episode when it then comes to editing it. Until then, I'm not going to be able to know. So, for this first episode, everything's a little bit sort of experimental with all the sounds and everything like that and how we're going to get things to work. If it is a little bit too quiet, I shall know when I edit it, and I shall make it louder for next time. I think it's going to be okay, though. It shouldn't be really that much of a bother. I'm not the loudest person in the world, so usually the sounds are loud enough. Okay, that's looking really cool. Already, that's looking cool. I want to have some sand dunes, and we need some water. So first, let's go back on this brush one, and we're going to change this to sand 1. Just to get some little mounds. I don't think that the elephants can use this to get out. He might be able to there. Maybe this was a little bit too close. It's a good size, though, already. I think we've got a good-sized pen. And this is a pretty big animal for a pen as well. Okay, beautiful. Ooh, no, not that one. I don't want to do that. I didn't mean to click there. And then we want some water as well. I think I'm going to have the water in the middle here. So maybe we'll do again, but we'll change this to air. Just to make a little bit of a hole. Like that. Some sort of deep-ish water in there for the elephants to be able to wallow in it. We haven't got too much room to be able to get to the barn, though. Maybe this needs to go back a little bit. Yeah, that's better, isn't it? There's a little bit more room to be able to walk around then. It's cool. Okay, so we want to fill this up with... I know. We want to fill this up with water, but I want to change out the ground here with a much sort of more realistic looking ground for it. Usually they're installed, so they have like either a stone base or a plastic base, depending on the animal. Maybe we just use stone for that. Maybe we just change all this up to stone. And I think we want to have it a little bit more smoother as well, so the elephant doesn't like break its neck when it comes down. Because that wouldn't be a good idea. So if we do a sort of an incline that goes down here. Elephant, you've got this whole pen to go, and you want to stand where I am? I hate working with animals, and I decide to build a zoo. Minecraft animals get in the way no matter what you do. And I decide to build a zoo. Really? These slabs, I think I'm going to put these slabs around the edge here, just so the water stands out a little bit more. Looks a little bit more protected. Maybe I can change the block underneath this as well to the full block variant of this. Sandstone. Yeah, this one will be beautiful. Just to have in the bottom here. Yeah, we'll do it like that then. I was going to keep it there, but if it moves, it moves. Whatever. That one. That one. Oh, I think he's angry with me. They're all new sounds to me at the moment, so I keep turning around wondering what it is. And it's like, oh yeah, it's the elephant that I placed down. Hopefully, I'll get used to that. So we want to now have water down at this level, from there to there. Replace air with water. Boom, we've got ourselves a little bath form. Beautiful. Now, I don't know if these elephants, like if I get a baby one, for example, like elephant, I don't know if when they're spawned a baby, if they stay a baby. I don't know. And if that isn't the case, oh, that's a big one. If that isn't the case, I want to get a baby first. There's a sort of smaller one. There's some different colours. Oh, there he is. So with this baby, I guess that he'll grow up into an adult. He'll slowly grow like a natural mob, like a natural horse, for example. How you can find natural horses out in vanilla Minecraft. They're babies, but they do grow. Can I stop those from growing? Can I make the tick length so, like, are mobs' growth tied to the tick length of your world? And by that I mean, like, I can do game rule that's fire tick, but I think there's another tick as well or something. It might even be just fire tick. Can I change something with a command to make it so that the mobs do not grow up? If you guys know, then let me know. If you don't, maybe you can find out for me. I'm going to do some research as well, but if I can't find it, I always come to you guys. You guys seem to be able to answer the questions for me sometimes, so that sort of helps. I think these are female and these are male by the looks, but I don't want this many elephants, so I'm sorry, elephant. What do they drop? Just hide. Okay. It wouldn't be funny, that's the wrong word, but if they dropped ivory, it would be, let's say, a little bit more realistic. But I don't like ivory and stuff like that. It's awful. Okay, so we'll have one bull in here, which is a male elephant, a bull, 2 females, and a baby. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm going to take it that that's male and female. They might all be the same, and these ones might not have grown to that stage yet, but I think they're 2 different variants. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what else would we need in an elephant enclosure? We need to do the barn still, but we want some food. Now, some zoos allow you to feed them yourself. Like, they'll have a trough out here of apples, and you can feed the elephants yourself if they come over to you. It's the same as on Zoo Tycoon. I think I want stone bricks or something. It's the same as on a game called Zoo Tycoon. I don't know if any of you guys have ever played that before. Zoo Tycoon. Oh, that's a monster egg. If you haven't played it, that's a monster egg. There we go. Correct. No, this one. If you haven't played Zoo Tycoon, I don't recommend getting it. Now, I don't usually say that, to be honest. I'm usually very nice to developers, and I enjoy a lot of games. But it wasn't that long ago on Xbox One that the free game... Oh, no, it wasn't a free game. I paid for that. My fiance wanted it. I remember now. My fiance wanted I think it's called Zoo Tycoon on Xbox. And it was like £12 or something like that. It wasn't that expensive. And it's a very old game. It was one of the first games that came out on Xbox. If not the first game that came out on Xbox One. It was like there when it was like... when the console was first released, that was like the only game on the whole thing. And so I bought it and I played it, but it's very limited. You can't make a huge zoo. You can only have, I'm not joking you here, you can only have about 7 different animals, maybe 6 or 5 different animals in your zoo before your zoo gets full. I thought it was going to be like Roller Coaster Tycoon, seeing as though it's sort of the same people, or similar people, if you know what I mean. But it was a very limited world size, zoo size, very small. You could hardly do anything. So you had to sort of put down the pens that you wanted, breed them, and get all the achievements for that animal, then sell it or get rid of it, destroy the enclosure, and then put a new one down. I don't like that. I much prefer to be able to make a huge zoo, like a huge theme park and stuff like that. So I don't recommend getting it. But in that game, they had the same thing. They had the ability to be able to feed your animal by hand there. It's a cool game. Like, there were some really cool aspects to it, and it could have been an amazing game, but could have is the main word there. Could have is the important one. Now, I want to get an acacia sapling and see what an acacia tree looks like in here. If it grows the right way. We'll just try a natural one for the moment. And if not, we can always fine-tune it ourselves to get it looking a little bit better. But I thought maybe a little acacia tree. Yeah! No, that looks cool. A little bit of shade. I think we need another one of those. I think I want another one here. Like that. Yeah! Oh, that's so cool. I really like how that one's got like a little bit of greenery down the bottom there as well. So far, the elephants have not escaped. That cannot be a bad thing, right? That can't be a bad thing. So this is where the elephants are going to be able to come at night. So I'm going to have, I think, 5 blocks and then another log. And then 3, 4, 5 blocks and then another log. And this is going to be the end. We'll have, I think, the same design as on the back, but just without the door. So that goes in there. I thought I placed, like, another one after that one. That one. Click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Log. That one to finish off there. We should have enough room in here to be able to do everything that we want. I could always make it bigger as well. We don't know how big certain things need to be. We haven't really got a scale on this world yet. The only thing that we have to scale against are the animals itself. It's not like a city where once you've built one building, you then get the scale for the rest of the city and you sort of base everything off that. We don't have that yet. We haven't got that sort of first initial building to base everything off. Set sand. That's I put sand and it's still done it. I like it when it does that, when it knows what I mean. Okay, I think I want this to be not a rounded roof. I think I want it to be a slabbed but gentle roof. So I'm going to have to add one more block to this. All the way around. We'll do the inside maybe next episode if we've got time. We haven't got the... I don't think we're going to have time this episode. Well, it could make it a little bit longer. Yeah, no, let's get going. Let's get this whole elephant enclosure completed, shall we? We'll be okay. I don't like to make the videos too long, but you guys keep telling me that you love the longer videos, so maybe I should do them more often. Let's go with some dark oak. No, let's go with... Yeah, let's go with dark oak. Dark oak so it stands out against everything else that we've done so far. And I want this one to be on this level first. Here. And I want it to be a slab down as well. I want to see them use it. I want to see them go in it. And then this one. And this one. This one. This one. Oops. This one. This one. And that one. Beautiful. We have this go along there. And along here. That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. Wonderful. I like it when it works out so perfectly. Ah, that's the only thing that didn't quite work out. Can we fix that somehow? Can we do something about this? I don't know. I don't know. For the moment, I'm going to leave it. I don't know how I'm going to sort of tie that in to be perfect. Oops. Have these along there. Oh, I hate working with slabs sometimes. Now, do we want to actually roughen up? I've been placing them wrong or in the wrong places. But do we actually want that? Do we want a perfectly flat, straight roof like this? Or do we want to put some in the wrong direction, like in the wrong places like that? Let's do it smooth for the moment. We'll back off and see what it looks like. And then if it looks a little bit too perfect, we'll roughen it up a little bit. Add some blocks to it. I've got some... They're mobs in the background. They're not trees. They're actual mobs. They're like giant trees. Elm, something like that. Begins with E, I'm pretty sure. Elephants still haven't got out. Where's the baby one? Oh, he's there. I was going to say, did the baby drown? I thought maybe for a minute he might have drowned, but he didn't. Okay, that's what it looks like. Perfect. Or we can put some extra blocks on. Now, some people really like this. I tend to like this. But you put some sort of other blocks on and it just sort of roughens up. It doesn't make it look quite perfect. I think I like that. I think I'm going to go with that. Not too much. Don't go overkill with it. But I think that looks pretty good. On the inside here, we're going to want to have some sort of lighting. Do I have any... Oh, I've got custom NPCs. I should have some lamps. I've got these ones. These ones will be perfect. Did I have some other ones that I haven't seen before? Lamp. No. Because, oh... I didn't show you last episode. I didn't show you something. Oh, number one, I've changed the iron bar texture to look like chain link fence. I done this myself in Photoshop. So it now looks like chain link fencing. So on enclosures that need to be fenced off, like tigers and lions, we can use this fence and it's still like easily visible. You can easily see through it. It doesn't limit your view like some other fences do. So that'll work really well. But I didn't show you in the lots of mobs. Check this out. We've got a load of like mostly aquatic stuff. But loads of new blocks, new wood, new grass. We've got new planks, like a blue and a pink plank. It looks totally awesome. But that's in for that one. Then we've got, oh no, they're items like cakes and foods you can make. Scuba gear. We've got this one, kelp and stuff. So you can actually coral. Really cool for like the underwater sections when we do like a aquarium. I mean, how cool? Come on now. How cool is that stuff to have underwater? I don't know what the DNA extractor is. I think that's for making your own stuff. Spinning wheels. I don't really know. Permafrost, sea urchins, and starfish. Look at that. Oh, yeah, they're purple. These come in different sizes and shapes, so you can get big ones and small ones. Really, really cool. Oops. Apparently I got coconut farmer for that. Nothing in there. Is there anything else? I don't know. No, I think that's it. But there's just some interesting blocks. Some seaweed tops and seaweed sides, so you can make taller ones. It's very, very cool. I'm very excited about that. And so there's some other blocks as well, I think, somewhere that I didn't show you then. That looks really cool. We'll have on the back here some more on the inside. I think these logs should instead go all the way up and then put the torches on like that. We've got these weird gaps here at the moment. I think to do that, I'm going to hide them up with these and that. Oh, missed one. And that one. I want to have some logs. Maybe not that way. Maybe these should go across here instead. Like that. And like this. We want hay. Now, this one doesn't seem to work, this haystack. The vanilla one does. But this one, I can't seem to get to work. I don't know how you meant to get it to work. I don't know. But we'll have some hay. I'm sure elephants would like a little bit of hay. I can't see why they wouldn't. Right, like that. Like that. That's a good stack. And then, how else would you do it? We probably want to have some fences in here. So if we wanted to, put them, like enclose them off, we could. Maybe not there. Like if we wanted to enclose one off, we would be able to without causing too much problem. Log. Like that. Like that. And then one can go in there, maybe. I don't know, like a pregnant mum, you could sort of sit her in there and then the other ones can't get near it or something like that. I think that's pretty good. For a first episode, I think that's a really good start. I think there's some improvements that can be made. But boy, does that look cool. Let's move the sun a little bit. Time, set 6,000. Move the sun a little bit over. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a little bit back to get the perfect time. 4,000. There we go. That's a good one. We've got a nice amount of shade here. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. And we shall see you in the next episode.